He's a husband, father, and a girl dad. He's also a filmmaker, a writer, and did I mention a girl dad? The oldest of 3 children, Kenny Scott Guffey grew up in the small town of Columbia, Kentucky, where he also attended school, and says he knew from the time that he was approximately 3 years old that he wanted to make movies. Now, this didn't happen right away. Following his high school graduation, he worked for 5 years as a gas station attendant for Newcomb Oil Company. Kenny was holding that job at the time he married his longtime girlfriend Tiffany, who is now his wife, having been together nearly 20 years. The Guffeys are a busy family, with Tiffany supporting Kenny's film and writing endeavors, and the two of them have their hands full with their daughter Delilah, born in August of 2018. Delilah was born clef-affected, with a bilateral cleft lip and palate. The fear of the unknown, Kenny says, led him to grow into the protective role of a father immediately. Delilah's unexpected condition led Kenny to start writing his memoirs shortly after her birth. And in 2020, he published that first book, For Delilah, An Unexpected Journey. Also in 2020, during the COVID pandemic, like most other artists, Kenny was inspired to create something beautiful out of a situation so dark. This led him to creating a podcast, Beam Me Up, in which each episode he discussed classic films and TV series with cast and crew members who had been involved in those projects. These connections led Kenny to opportunities within the indie film industry, and from there, he plowed ahead. Kenny soon met another filmmaker in his own backyard at the end of 2020, and together, the two of them collaborated on several films, most notably Night of the Undead, a remake/sequel of George Romero's zombie apocalypse horror film, Night of the Living Dead. The duo made 3 films in total before parting ways creatively in the summer of 2024. Kenny's love for cinema has encapsulated most of the duration of his life, but also a love for writing has always been a passion. As such, Kenny released the fictional vampire novella, Fluck, in early 2024, a story focused on good guy vampire Pete Pennington. Kenny Scott Guffey may have grown up in a small town, but he never let that stop him from making his life what he wanted it to be. He's produced and directed films, written and published books, and interviewed and worked with iconic actors and artists within the entertainment industry. As Kenny prepares his next projects, an audio series entitled Cosmos Bros with actor Danny Hitt, and feature film 77, which he describes as a homage to Scorsese, the indie film scene will soon be further boosted by Kenny's creativity and the artists who comprise his team for each successful project ahead of them.